And we diving deep today, yeah? Man, this I always love just chatting about this stuff. It's cool to just finally record these things. These are conversations we have a lot, but it's dope to just share them with y'all. So
Yeah.
yeah, man. So just on tempo, man. You know, there was just so much, bro. Like, he impacted a lot as far as anybody that saw him dance. It's like almost like a Pop and Taco type character, you know. Same with Frantic. Like these guys where you're just like, oh, okay.
It's not real.
Yeah,
They're not real.
yeah, they're not real. So these guys, like, they live on through us too, you know.
For
I mean,
sure,
it's not
man.
like they've died or anything, but as far as their passions and values have shifted, so it gets passed on through us.
For sure, man.
And there was, I think that's the actually when we talked about earning stripes, it was in the beginning. It was that was the first time I think Frantic took notice was when I called out tempo.
Yeah. Frantic's he's a hard egg to crack, but once you're in there, you're
Well,
good for life.
well, I remember it was at a jam, and I think Shockwave was there too, man. He was in the battle, and it
Shock
was like,
Whistle.
and it was I think it was a funky soul jam, and it was a call out battle. So they would like your names were in a hat. They
Mhm.
pulled one out. You would come out to the mic, and you would have a list of people to choose from.
Shout out to Furious Styles. That they originated that idea. Furious
Oh,
Styles
okay.
crew. But I know Tiger D did a lot of themed jams, but I just always, me, I always got shout out to the originals.
Yeah,
House,
yeah,
Odin,
yeah,
all the Furious Styles crew. Back in the day, this concept that Diesel's explaining is their concept. Bro. It's so dope. We want to do it one day too, but I just always got to shout out the
yeah,
originals.
yeah. Furious Styles,
But
man.
yeah, as a call out battle, so everyone who wants to battle puts their name in the hat.
Yeah, exactly. And then they have a list of the people. So
Mhm.
you get your name pulled, then you get to choose who you get to battle.
And do you
So
get to choose how many rounds?
no, no.
Okay, because the Furious Styles one, you get to choose how many rounds you go against. So it's like I want to battle, and it's so dope because you can sabotage someone and be like, all right, I'm like, you're about to battle a big name or whatever. Like, I want to battle Frantic 10 rounds.
Yeah.
He has to battle you 10 rounds.
Damn,
So the
that's
Funky Soul
crazy.
one
That's
was it. So
ruthless.
how many rounds did you have to go?
Well, no, this one, I think it was just one. There's footage of it,
Okay, 1 round.
but I think it's just one round. Yeah, because it was the first round. But I got called up, and I was like, I knew Tempo was there, and I knew who he was. I had seen him that day in South Central, and I was like, man,
Did you already start
who?
training at the dojo? Not yet,
Not
huh?
at this
Not
point,
yet. Yeah.
maybe. No, because this is the first time I think Frantic. I probably was only popping like 7 months
Oh,
at
okay.
that
So yeah,
point,
yeah.
or no,
Okay then.
like maybe 9 months, because I went to South Central maybe a month before that, so I had
Yeah.
known him. This is just when he started to get the go ahead to like come out and stuff. So
Yes.
I was like, if I'm gonna lose, I'm gonna lose to the best, you know. And I'm like, I wanna if I like who am I gonna learn most from? And I like was like, yo, if anything, it's gonna be like this dude that I like just heard legends about, you know.
Yeah. That's
So
sick, bro.
yeah, I mean, if you watch the battle, it's just like,
And just to clarify, that's when Temple decided to go start going out. No one let him out because Temple was
yeah,
a man of his own, and Frantic, Frantic's really a big reason why he started coming out a lot more too. But
yeah.
for sure, like Temple. But yeah,
Matter of
that's
fact,
crazy, bro. I gotta watch that battle. I don't think I've seen that one.
oh shit, yeah,
I
man,
gotta watch
yeah.
that
Matter of fact, Frantic is probably the reason he was there, or
for
maybe
sure.
a Shockwave too.
Oh,
But
for sure.
Frantic,
Frantic would beg him to come out, bro. Frantic would be like, "Yo,
yeah, because
Tempo."
Frantic was the judge.
I'm sure. I'm sure Frantic probably even like brought him there.
Yeah, Frantic was the judge. OG Coco and forget who else was a judge there. Um, somebody else. But yeah, man, it was crazy though. But yeah, shout out to Tempo, man. Yeah, that dude was crazy, bro.
Yo, for those listening, do you guys think that me and Diesel would make a good podcast together?
Yeah,
Right,
man.
right.
Post the comments.
Let us know. Let us know. Let us know
'Cause-
if you want to hear more stories like this. But yo, Diesel, before we tell all of our stories, I got a couple questions, man. I got a couple questions for you.
yeah, yeah,
All right, for
yeah,
us. Right, a couple
yeah, yeah.
topics. Just so we're not here for like 5 hours.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. One of the ones I want to talk about is what. Let's go with who really holds it down for their city. Like who's really holding it down for their
Damn,
city.
you know how I hate to name drop, bro. Come on.
And this is why we're gonna make a good podcast because
Oh my God.
I
And
don't
it's
mind name
it's
dropping.
sad because there's gonna be so many unmentionables, like it's just like, but who really holds it down for their city? Holy man. Like when you ask me that, I think of like, okay, when I think of that person, I think of the city, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
yeah, for example, but there's people that rep their country. So
That's true. That's
yeah,
true. I guess
because like
I guess for us, for the U.S., it's the city, and then I guess for outside, it's who reps their country. The hardest.
yeah, ooh, okay.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
who
Let's go
rep?
do with one. We'll start with just one, right? We're not gonna just name a bunch because then we could be
Yeah.
here forever. Something we could do is we'll just it's one per live, per IG live or whatever.
Oh,
Um,
okay. So one person that just reps their
just raps
place.
that like obviously you can't be like, oh, Nelson, France. Like you
Yeah.
can't,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
you
yeah,
can't be
yeah.
like Ills, Boston or the DMV or New York, wherever he's from. That's
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Shit, man. I would say, fuck. There's so many. Shit. I would say, oh, damn,
all right.
bro.
Who's one of your sleepers from Asia?
Oh, a sleeper?
A
Oh,
sleeper.
okay. I got one for you.
Who? So
Uh,
everyone could look him up and we could see.
yeah,
I
yeah,
gotta look
yeah.
him up
Okay,
too.
okay. Matter of fact, he probably was listening to this earlier. I don't know if he's still on, but shout out to my boy Fat G in Hanoi. What's
Fat
good?
G.
Yeah.
His
So
name's
people
Fat
sleep.
G.
His name is Fat G.
Bro, I love some of these dancers from other countries' names because like
Dude, his English is actually like kind of in an Australian accent, but his English is super good. So he was one of the guys I could really talk to. And dude has a crazy smooth waves, man. Like he
that's
got
true.
that G style like trace wave, but
Yeah.
like the way that he can ripple it and then he has like a really good like shake hit, man, it's
Oh,
crazy.
bro, it's that down. Okay, Fat G, we gotta look him up. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a dude that came for freestyle sessions out here from Japan. I don't know his name. You know me, I'm horrible with names. And this is
Uh-huh.
why I want to start this segment right here. So you can learn more people like
Yeah.
me. But he came and dude, he came to I was teaching weekly classes, and we ciphered after, and like when he was learning, just kind of like and he's Japanese, so he's really learning. I didn't know if he was like experienced or new, but just the way he was, I was like, oh, he seems like he's probably new just because he's so hungry for it, like he didn't really know. And then
Mhm.
after we ciphered, and then the dude gets down, and I'm like, I have to give him some real rounds. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I had to give this dude some real rounds. I was
Damn.
like I was like, it was like I know he was just getting down, but I'm like, is he trying to show me some shit right now, bro?
Damn.
I was like, I just like I showed him respect, obviously, but it was just like so funny. I'm just like, this is so dope. Like this is like just where dance is at, and and especially in Asia, right? They got so many crazy dope slept all over the world. But just for today, we'll talk about that part of the world.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, he got down and he started like waving, and it was just like 2011, 2012 G style. Like, I was like, what the hell? Like, and then, he flipped it, started hitting Bug, like JG, and I'm like, I'm like, you going to freestyle sessions? Because it was freestyle sessions is in San Diego, and we're here in LA. And
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, yeah. And I was like, you better battle. He's like, I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I'm like, well, you better enter. I don't even think he ended up entering. And he's just there,
Wow.
just chilling.
What was his name?
He was a skinny, tall. He was skinny and tall. I don't know his name. I didn't know his name. I
He's
just
from Japan?
he's from Japan though. I remember because his buddy that he was with, me and Frantic battled him and another dude when we did WDC.
Oh, you know, I think it's he's a young guy, right?
Yeah, yeah. I think he looks
I
young.
think it's it might be his name might be Fat Snake.
Fat Snake. Why are they all fat? This one's skinny as hell. What the
But yo,
hell?
like the sexual connotation to that too is just it's too much.
What the hell? Damn.
No,
Okay.
but yeah. So there's a dude named that he's slept on for sure. I think he had a battle recently where he got some actual viewership, but it was this guy Fat Snake and Genis and Lego Black. So those
Janice
guys
is
like
nice. Janice is
I
nice.
sessioned with all those guys in Tokyo when I was there. Um, but yeah, Veronica knows. Yeah, Fat Snake is crazy, yo.
Or
He got real clean animation, dope waves.
like
He's
when MT
nasty.
when because you said that he just got some recognition. I was like, it's like when MT Pop battled Green for the first time.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
remember seeing that. I was like, okay, like Green's gonna probably like you were at that battle too, huh?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah. That's why I had to watch it too because I was like, yo, D Soul's in it, Green's in it, and then
yep.
this move, MT Pop just all just like randomly just I didn't know him at that point. You might have known of him because you were probably out there a lot more.
Well, no, I was practicing with them and stuff.
So
Yeah.
you already knew what was gonna happen.
Well, no, I was just, I mean, I told this story when I was on with MT a little
Yeah,
bit ago,
yeah,
but I
yeah,
said it was just a crazy experience because I was in North Vietnam, so I was in Hanoi. So I asked my homie TF Star, who's like really dope and well
yeah,
known there, and I said, "Who do you think the best in Vietnam is? I'm trying to battle, you know?"
yeah,
And
yeah,
so
yeah.
and so he just he said, "Oh, you know, there's a few people, CK Animation, and but he's like, I think MT Pop is the best right now, you know." And
Yeah, yeah.
so he's
He's
like, "Oh,
young,
but
huh?
he's in Saigon." So I it's like a hour and a half, 2 hour flight.
Damn.
So then we when we went there, uh, MT came to my workshop. So that was the
Oh,
first
okay,
time
I
I
heard the
met him.
story. I heard the story. I was
Yeah, it
I
was
watched
crazy.
that
He
little
was in the
bit.
front row. I was just
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
but I was just showing him some shit, and I saw him, and I was like, "Damn, this guy like either he picked it up or he knew it, you know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
whatever."
You're like, wait, am I? Do I teach that good? What the? It's like
I'm
this
like,
similar
"Damn, okay."
situation with me. Like, I don't know if this dude. He might be like MT Pop one day. You never know, but um, it's crazy, bro. Like, it's this dance world how it works. Like you go,
Yeah.
you're a fan of it. You fall in love. You start doing it. If you take it serious enough and you get dedicated enough and you get surrounded, because there is a bit of luck that it plays a part of it. There is a bit. It's not just all hard work. 'Cause I know
Oh,
some people.
100%, man.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like you got to know the right people because that was another thing I wanted to talk about. Is why certain people advance in Hollywood or the scene and others don't.
Mm.
Mm, mm. I don't know.
Well,
We might be here for another 2 hours.
well, I think why people advance in the scene. Um, there's a couple ways to do it. Obviously, I think there is a way to politic, you know, your way up. You can politic your way up. You can get to know people, but that goes hand in hand because with the people that you know, right, the people that you would politic with are usually people with skill.
Yeah,
So by knowing them and hanging out with them, you're also building your skill, right? It's not
yeah,
like some sort of fake friendship or something. It's like, no, it's just part of the community. It's the way it
yeah,
works. But you know, how do you get there's an aspect of marketing not only with social media, but there's a way of marketing your movement. And by that, I mean, like whether it's patience, like that's
mm-hmm.
a way of marketing, you know? It's like
Breeze.
people, yeah, people have to really learn to get like how to sell their movement in the sense of like, it's a language, it's how you communicate. So, whether it's expression in your face or character, it's a language at the end of the day. So I feel like a lot of people and why they don't get notoriety in the game is partly because they haven't figured out their niche or what they're offering to the scene, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of agree, kind of don't though, because I feel like, you know, I agree in the aspect that yes, there is for certain people that it's like that for, but like in the most part, like why most people don't make it, for myself, what most people don't make it in the scene or in Hollywood. Because there's a lot of people who come out here and then they leave frustrated, you know, and they leave frustrated and then they'll blame it on LA, they'll blame it on the air quality, they'll blame it on all these different things, you know, and then they never really like look into the deeper aspect of like, oh, they say they can't hear me. Yo, check, check, check. Can you hear
Yeah,
me,
there's a
Tufan?
lag. There's a lag, yeah.
You break it up.
Oh, I think you're good now.
Yo, check, check.
Yep, you're good.
I'm good. All right. Um,
Yeah.
well, yeah, and just to wrap it up is like, yeah, you know, a lot of people come and they end up leaving frustrated and all that, and then they blame the scene, they blame the area and all that. But there's a lot more that goes into it, you know. Like I've seen some of the most talented dancers ever to exist come out here and not get a gig, you know,
Yeah.
not win a jam, you know. And then,
Yeah.
you know, it's something that's huge is like, um, then you know you just hear all this negative stuff, you know, about LA or wherever the scene is at the time, and you know, it's not because you weren't good or because the place is horrible. It's just because, you know, you might have ruined certain relationships or you didn't make certain friendships, and it's not that it's right at all. It's not that
Yeah.
it's right at all, but that's why a lot of people get twisted, and those are the people they idolize. Like they idolize the people who are the in the forefront of those scenes, or you know, are the ones making it. And then when they see what it takes to make it, they're over here, you know, hating or saying all, you know, preaching about all these righteous things, but along the way, they treated all these people horribly, you know, and then they themselves were guilty to those some of those things that those people who made it do, and these people who didn't make it are doing themselves, you know. It's like they get on this high
Yeah.
horse, you know, and it's like, bro, like I've seen so many people who complain about the scene or complain about things being fake, you know, talk about how all these people are this and that, and then like I'm like, oh, I've seen this person be that way. I've seen this person be that way. Like I've seen this person do that, you know, and they'll just blame it on, you know, things, and like they'll be like, oh, LA's whack, and then the person that they have beef with is from New York. LA's whack, and then the person they have beef with is from France, who
Yeah.
lived here for like 15 years or whatever, you know, whatever it is. It's like, you know,
Yeah,
so
there's so many aspects to like why somebody may make it or may not. There's examples of both where you have like people that rise to the top super quick. There's people that slave away their whole life and never get there. There's also people that never work for it and also become famous, you know.
oh,
So
who
it's
are willing
like,
to backstab anybody to
yeah,
get there.
there's all these different factors that can come into play. So whether whether it happens, really all you can do, like this is where I feel like I can share like my mindset on it is just like, you know, you're only in control of what you're in control of. You know, you try and put yourself in the right places. You train like you train all the time so you never have to get ready, right? Be ready
Yeah.
so you don't have to get ready.
Yep.
And that type of mentality is like, but also as a maybe as a piece of advice is like not to say that I in any way have made it, but or a place to speak, but to say that like I've I've noticed from my own mistake as far as, you know, can you train in your backyard hoping to get noticed someday, you know? But you have to be equally creative in your approach and to making it. If you really want to live off of this art,
Yeah,
you have to be just as creative in your marketing and your packaging that than you do like in your actual craft, you know.
bro, and that's it, it's interesting point because that's another thing is that on the other end there is some very talented people who are lazy, lazy,
So
lazy,
it kills me, bro.
lazy.
It kills me. Don't tell me about them.
Yeah,
I'm
and
so
that's
hot.
what sucks. And that's what sucks too is because there is people like who work super hard, and that's the whole thing. Is like the relationships made right. It's like there's some people you see grinding. You know, they'll remember the choreo, they'll do this and that, and all this stuff. Show up on early, boom, and then they're not at the next gig. And then you see the other person who was late. You know, boom, did this. You know, doesn't even show up. Forgot that there was rehearsals or forgot that anything like that, and then they're always getting hired, you know. And then you hear the people complaining about person A, you know, the person making it who has all these messed up things about them, and then you know they'll look over the person who's not as popular, who does have these good traits, just because they know that's going to benefit them more. And then you know this is why that cycle is the way it is. You know, this is why it won't change because people are willing to complain but they're not willing to make a change, right? They're going to complain, and then person who works hard isn't going to get hired for the jam or isn't going to get flown out. So how's anyone who's really going to be trying to come up going to try to be that way? Because they're like, I don't have to be that way.
Yeah, like it's like I think a big energy shift in our scene, like in the on more like the online scene, right, is more like, you know, all that energy to break somebody down should be put into building yourself up, you know?
Yeah,
Like that's the biggest part is like there's like we're trying to be like all self-righteous and saying that they don't deserve it, but who are we to say, you
yeah,
know?
that's
Um,
true.
to say like, oh well, I know how hard I work, and I
Yeah,
know they didn't work as hard as me, and
that's
it's
true.
like, well, that's not our place. That's not our place to say that. It's really
Yeah,
just like, hey, you know, that's the way destiny or whatever you believe in. That's not your path, you know? Like,
yeah,
don't sit there and wishful think. Like, just be ready for when it comes
yeah,
and be happy in your own practice, you know?
yeah. No, and that's 100% like that's what it is right there, man. A lot of people are too worried about what other people are doing or not doing or getting or not getting, and then they're not working on themselves and building up. And that's really, you know, how it happened for a lot of us is like we're literally just doing what we love every single day, and then we started meeting people with power or meeting people with opportunities, and it's not like we were doing what we do for that. It just ended up coming, you know, like when I was
Yep.
when I did my first movie, literally we were teaching probably 3 to 4 free workshops across LA a day, the Great Winators a day, wasting our own gas. We were like 19, you know, no money, just grinding, just doing what we love, helping people. And then one day I got a phone call from Chris. Yo, you want to be a part of the skeleton crew from Step Up? Um, you know, it's not going to pay you much, but, you know, here's the opportunity. No questions asked. Hell yeah. Didn't ask how much. Didn't ask. It just went, did it every single day. Grinded. Every time we had a break, was dancing, putting on music, just getting down, ciphering. They saw that, and then boom, you're on Step Up. You know, it
Yeah.
wasn't something I tried for. It was just something that came because I was me. You know, and I was
Yeah.
being myself. And you know, like for something I tell my wrestlers all the time is, you know, luck is when opportunity meets preparation. You know,
Yeah.
and that's just what it is. That's what being lucky is. You know, is are you prepared when the opportunity comes knocking? And that's what happens to a lot of dancers is the opportunity comes knocking, they're not prepared, and another one doesn't come, and
Yep.
then you know they leave off bitter and sad. But on another note, a lot of things are changing. Seems like a lot of dancers are becoming more prepared. A lot of dancers are taking care of themselves, and yeah, man, like it's dope doing this. I think we've been on for a while now. More people are starting to
Man, like
join. More people are starting to get on
damn near
though.
2.5 hours, bro.
Damn. All right, bro. We'll
Yeah.
save it for another one. We could keep going. You already
Oh man,
know
we could
we
go
could talk
forever, bro. So we'll
forever
save it for the next one.
for the next one. thanks for everyone who tuned in
Yep.
and stayed tuned in. Keep a lookout. There might be a podcast coming soon. And yeah,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Thanks, D-So. Good talking to you, bro.
Yeah. All right, brother, man. Appreciate you,
Yep.
man. I'll see you soon.
Peace.
Peace.